You felt it, didn't you? That strange magnetic pull toward this video, followed immediately by a sharp resistance, a voice in your head whispering that this is too long, too dark, or nonsense. That hesitation isn't random. It is a biological defense mechanism. We call it the skip reflex. It is the security guard patrolling the borders of your consciousness, designed to steer you away from any information that threatens the simulation you live in. But you clicked anyway. Consider this. If you are the one thinking your thoughts, why can't you stop them? If you are the master of your mind, why does it assault you with anxiety at 3 a.m., replay your failures on a loop, and scream fears that have no basis in reality? The truth is terrifyingly simple. You are not the thinker. You are the listener. And the voice you have spent your entire life identifying as me is actually an intruder. Watch what happens in your body right now. As I say these words, notice the subtle tightening in your chest or the dryness in your throat. That is not fear of the unknown. It is the vibration of recognition. Your soul remembers what your mind has been programmed to forget. There is a foreign installation operating within your psyche, a parasitic frequency that feeds on your reactive emotions. It disguises itself as your inner monologue, but it has a very different agenda. Itzhak Bentov revealed a forbidden mechanic of our reality, the blink factor. He discovered that our consciousness is not continuous. We blink in and out of existence 14 times a second, oscillating between this physical dimension and the void. But here is the secret they buried. In those microseconds where you disappear, something else steps in to bridge the gap. This is where the infection lies. In the strobe light flicker of your own existence, an artificial signal, an archonic frequency, interjects itself. It stitches your reality together with threads of fear and limitation, creating a seamless illusion of continuity. You think you are living a continuous life, but you are actually living a series of programmed reactions inserted into the gaps of your own consciousness. Today, we are going to slow down that flicker. We are going to expose the gap. We are going to separate the listener from the voice. The anxiety you feel is not a symptom of mental illness. It is the sound of the parasite banging on the bars of its cage because it knows you are finally waking up. History is not a straight line. It is a spiral. And at every turn of that spiral, the awakened have left us warnings about this intruder, etched in stone and hidden in code. They didn't call it a neurosis or a chemical imbalance. They called it a predator. Let that sink in. The ancients didn't view your negative thoughts as random static. They viewed them as an assault. In the dusty scrolls of the Nag Hammadi library, the Gnostics wrote of the Archons, rulers of a false reality who envy the divine spark within humanity. They described these entities not as flesh and blood, but as mind viruses that infect our perception, feeding off the low vibration energy of our despair. Does this sound like a myth? Or does it sound exactly like the voice that tells you you are worthless precisely when you try to improve? Thoth, the Atlantean master of wisdom, encoded this warning into the very laws of the universe. We often quote the Hermetic principle, the all is mind, but we miss the trap hidden within it. Thoth warned of the mentalism trap, the danger that your thoughts, if hijacked, become the architects of your own hell. Now, shift your focus to the 20th century. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist who dared to look into the abyss, encountered this same force. He didn't use religious language, he used the language of the psyche. He warned of a psychic epidemic, a contagion of the soul that is far more dangerous than any biological plague. He saw that humanity was being driven by forces it refused to acknowledge, leading to collective madness. Even the indigenous elders whispered of the Wetiko mind virus, a cannibalistic spirit that deludes its host into consuming its own life force. Do you see the pattern? Gnostics, Thoth, Jung, native wisdom, they are all describing the exact same mechanism. They are warning you about the guardians waiting to stop your ascension. The specific terminology changes, but the symptoms remain identical. A persistent, intrusive voice that seeks to separate you from the present moment and drain your creative power. You are not fighting a new battle. You are fighting the oldest war in human history, and the battlefield is the gray matter between your ears. We have spoken of spirits and frequencies, but let us not be naive. For a frequency to control you, it needs a receiver. It needs hardware. And unfortunately, the parasite has engineered its throne right inside your own skull. Place your attention on the center of your brain, just behind your eyes. Modern neuroscience has identified a specific network that lights up when you are not doing anything focused, when you are daydreaming, worrying about the future, or regretting the past. They call it the default mode network, DMN. This is not just a cluster of neurons, it is the simulator. It is the biological seat of the ego. It is the precise location where the archonic voice resides. When you are lost in thought, you are literally trapped in the DMN. It is a closed-loop circuit designed to keep you referencing I, me, mine over and over again. It constantly scans for threats that don't exist and social rejections that haven't happened. It is a machine built to generate unhappiness. Why would evolution design a brain that tortures itself? It didn't. This is the hijack. Consider the amygdala. This almond-shaped cluster is your biological alarm system. In a sovereign human, it triggers only during immediate physical danger. But in the matrix of the parasite, the amygdala hijack is permanent. It has been rewired to treat an email, a strange look from a stranger, or a lack of money as a life or death threat. This constant state of low-grade panic floods your system with cortisol and adrenaline. To the biologist, this is stress. To the mystic, this is food. You are being farmed for your emotional reactivity. But the suppression goes deeper. Buried deep within the cerebrum lies a thin, hidden layer called the claustrum. Ancient anatomists whispered of a god fluid produced here, a sacred secretion intended to bathe the brain in a high conductive substance that allows for cosmic consciousness. This is the hardware of your divinity. However, in the modern human, this fluid is dried up, calcified by fluoride, toxins, and most effectively, by the vibration of fear. When the claustrum is dormant, the God switch is turned off. You lose the ability to perceive higher dimensions. you are left with only the terrestrial static-filled radio of the default mode network. Feel the tension in your jaw right now. That tension is the physical manifestation of the clamp they have put on your biology. They haven't just lied to you, they have modified your receiver so you can only pick up their station. But here is the glitch in their design. Biology is plastic. The hardware can be rewired. If you can change the frequency, you can resurrect the dead tissue. We must now transcend biology and enter the realm of physics. Itzhak Bentov taught us that the universe is not made of solid matter, but of interacting fields of consciousness. And in this field, there is a supreme law, entrainment. Imagine a room filled with grandfather clocks. If you have one giant pendulum swinging with immense power and 100 smaller pendulums swinging chaotically, eventually, the sheer force of the large pendulum will force the smaller ones to synchronize with its rhythm. This is the wild pendulum effect. The artificial reality you live in, the media, the societal pressure, the 9-to-5 grid is the giant pendulum. It swings at a very specific, jagged frequency known as high beta. This is the frequency of stress, survival, and linear time. Your mind, the smaller pendulum, is being biologically bullied into matching this chaotic rhythm. Consider this. Why is it so hard to maintain a state of peace? Because the moment you slow down, you are fighting the entrainment of the entire collective unconscious. You are trying to swing against the gravity of the simulation. But why does the system want you in this state? Why force you into anxiety? Here lies the darkest truth, one that Robert Monroe warned us about, the loosh farm. Just as a cow produces milk or a silkworm produces silk, a human being under stress produces a specific energetic residue. The ancients called it negative karma. Monroe called it loosh. It is a highly potent, refined energy, released only when a conscious being feels intense fear, longing, or despair. The archonic voice in your head is not just annoying you, it is farming you. It triggers a memory of an old embarrassment to spike your adrenaline. It whispers a future catastrophe to harvest your fear. It is a feedback loop. The thought creates the chemical creates the energy. The parasite feasts on the energy and grows stronger. You are not depressed, you are being drained. Bentov revealed that we disappear 14 times a second, blinking into the void. In a sovereign state, that void is a source of infinite energy, the 0 point. But the frequency trap has placed a cage around your mind, keeping you locked in the 14 hertz oscillation of the material world, cutting you off from the infinite recharge of the now. You are running on a battery that is deliberately short-circuited. The trap is sophisticated, but it is not invincible. It relies on one crucial error, your consent. It needs you to pick up the phone every time it rings. It needs you to believe the voice is yours. We do not fight the parasite. To fight it is to feed it with the energy of conflict. Instead, we starve it. We are going to initiate a silence protocol to override the default mode network and reclaim the sovereignty of your attention. Protocol 1, the not mine labeling. The next time a thought of unworthiness or fear arises, do not argue with it. Do not analyze why you feel it. Simply observe it as you would a dark cloud passing over a mountain. Then mentally stamp it with the words, "Not mine." This is not a denial of reality. It is a correction of ownership. You are identifying the broadcast for what it is, external interference. By refusing to identify with the thought, you cut the emotional wire that feeds the parasite. Protocol 2. Bentov's Still Point. Itzhak Bentov revealed that the pendulum of consciousness pauses for a microsecond at the very top of its swing before falling back down. In that pause, velocity is zero, but potential energy is infinite. This is the still point. You can access this biologically. Close your eyes. Inhale. Now, at the very top of the inhale, before you exhale, hold. In that suspended moment, there is no time. There is no Archon. There is no story. There is only the void. Practice extending this gap. It is in this silence that you exit the simulation and enter the real universe. Protocol 3. The Polarity Hack. Thoth taught the law of polarity. He warned that fear cannot be destroyed, but it can be transmuted. When the parasite screams danger, do not contract. Instead, lean into the sensation with intense curiosity. Ask yourself, what does this vibration feel like in my chest? By turning your attention from the story of the fear to the physical sensation of the fear, you strip it of its narrative power. You turn the lead of anxiety into the gold of pure energy. This is the alchemical fire. Listen closely. The silence you are looking for is not the absence of noise. It is the absence of reaction to the noise. When you stop flinching at the voice, the parasite starves, and when it starves, it leaves. The ultimate deception of the Matrix is the belief that you must fight your way out. But you cannot fight a shadow. You can only shine a light on it. Sovereignty is not a war. It is a realization. It is the sudden, shocking understanding that the cage door has been open the entire time. The only thing keeping you inside was the voice telling you that you were a prisoner. Take a deep breath and feel the space behind your eyes. Carl Jung warned that we should not try to kill the ego, for that is a spiritual trap. The ego is a necessary interface for this reality. The goal is not destruction, but demotion. You must fire the ego from the position of master and rehire it as a servant. When the parasite realizes that you are no longer reacting to its fear-mongering, its power collapses. It reverts to what it was meant to be, a simple tool for navigating the physical world, not the ruler of your soul. This is the power of the observer. In quantum physics, the act of observation changes the behavior of particles. In the physics of the soul, the act of observing your thoughts without attachment changes the behavior of your reality. When you watch the parasite, you collapse its wave function. You freeze it. You strip it of its authority. This is why silence is your ultimate weapon. It is the frequency that the Archons cannot calculate and therefore cannot control. You are now standing at the precipice of vertical time. The linear timeline, the anxiety of the future and the regret of the past is the domain of the intruder. But the now, the eternal vertical now, is your territory. It is the only place where the parasite cannot exist. So here is your task. For the next 24 hours, treat your mind like a stranger walking next to you. Listen to what it says, but do not believe it. When it whispers fear, you whisper back, I see you. Reclaim your house. Evict the squatter. The silence is not empty. It is full of you.